In this position, it's important to see that since it's white to move, I have our bishop and a rook lined up with the queen. So think about moving our rook to places with tempo, meaning you're attacking something or you're gaining a tempo with tempo at black. And the most common move, and the first thing that should come to mind, is rook to f4, attacking the queen and checking black. So let's say black takes with the king, and bishop takes d5, or bishop takes the queen, and simply pawn takes d5. Now here it's also important to recognize that now white's a pawn is totally unstoppable, since pretending, say, black tries to, black is simply just not in time to stop the promoting pawn. We just have a8 equals queen, or black could try advancing his own passed pawn, but the problem is our pawn is not stoppable, but while our king can stop black's d-pawn. For example, couple moves. Here it's important to recognize the move a king to f1, since again our king can stop the d-pawn from promoting, and black, I guess, could try king to f3. Now the more fancy way to win would be promoting with check, and then wherever black goes, swooping back to get the d-pawn. Something like that. So, or in other words, the more simple way to win would just be to block off, to block the d-pawn. And again, you can obviously see that black's king is way too far from the a file. And going all the way back here, black could try taking over the pawn, but again, there's not much difference, since again the same thing happens. Black's king is just simply not in time to stop the a pawn, and again, just like before, our king is close enough to the d file so that we can stop the d pawn. Now, black's last attempt might be to not take the bishop at all, like say he kind of attacks the bishop or something, and then but then again we can just keep our minor piece, and now a simple extra piece is way too powerful, since black's king just has to hang around the a pawn, since again if it ever goes too far away, again black can stop the pawn, but again, who says that we have to move the pawn, right? We can just hang around the pawn here, and black's king has to stay around our little a pawn to make sure it doesn't go storming on the board. And meanwhile, our king can simply step in to g2, f3, and simply take the f pawn, the e6 pawn, and the f7 pawn, and now we have another passed pawn, the f2 pawn, and if black tries to go back and stop that one, now the a pawn is free. So again, here the minor piece is just simply too strong for black to control.